Hello everyone, I'm Paul and welcome to your Legion. Warranty, durability, reputation. That's important. Also, what's important is 4K gaming. There's one manufacturer that covers both of that, and that's EVGA. And they have just launched the GeForce GTX 980 Ti SuperClocked. As you can see, the box that the 980 Ti comes in from EVGA, the SuperClocked box, is black. It's the normal EVGA box. It says EVGA up on the front. It says SC for SuperClocked. Of course, GTX 980 Ti. When we turn the box around, we have some visuals, a couple games, what the front I/O plate looks like, what the actual heatsink plate looks like, some specifications down at the bottom. It talks about Precision X, EVGA gaming, of course OC scanner, and a couple other things. So the box is not that impressive. Now, for those of you who really want to see what the inside of the box is of course it comes with the plastic clamshell. Okay, we got that. But here's one thing that I'm wondering what the heck and why they still put it in. Give me some type of a converter here. Why? Give me an HDMI to DVI converter. Give me something, because I don't know the last time that I actually used an analog monitor. And in all honesty, how many of you have an analog monitor anymore? It also comes with two 6-pin to 8-pin power connectors. And then of course, EVGA has been big on giving everybody posters. Let's see what this one actually is this time. Okay, so basically you're going to get a nice little poster with it. And of course, we have our user's manual. If you want a case badge, you got a nice case badge from EVGA. And then just to follow up with the rest, we have a quick build. We have a quick build on it. We have two more stickers. And then of course we have our important notice that you need to remove all the stuff off the fan, all the plastics and stuff like that, but that this is a 0 dB fan, so if the fans aren't moving, they're not going to move till it's about 60 degrees. All right. That's about it for the box and etc. So let's actually take a look at the EVGA GeForce GTX 980 Ti. So what sets the EVGA GeForce GTX 980 Ti apart from its competitors and the reference board? First off, SC means superclocked, so it has a factory overclock on it. The base clock is 1102 megahertz, while the boost clock is 1190. It still has 6 gigabytes of GDDR5 memory, which is running at 7010 megahertz, and it is 384 bits. But what sets it apart from its competitors? That would be the ACX 2.0 cooling. We have a nice sturdy plastic shroud over the vapor chamber here. So let's get into the ACX 2.0 cooling. As you can see, we have 200 millimeter fans. These are double ball bearing fans with swept blades. They have a 3-phase motor in them with 6 slots. This actually lowers power consumption by 250%. The next thing we're going to want to take a look at is, of course, the heat pipes. We have 3 straight 8 millimeter heat pipes in this. Straight meaning that they're going straight across the GPU. What does this do? This reduces friction. Less friction, better heat dissipation. So when you have a bend in a heat pipe, you're going to get friction. So you're going to suffer from friction loss, which means that you're going to maintain more heat. And how do I know this? I'm a firefighter, so I know about friction loss. It also has a cooling plate on it, or a contact plate, which actually contacts the GPU itself to help cool it even better. If you could actually see this piece right here underneath the PCB, that's the memory MOSFET cooling plate. It's actually 15% cooler on the memory, and the GPU MOSFET is actually 13% cooler when using this. So let's take a look at the connections. It is PCIe 3.0. You are required to have a 600-watt power supply with at least one 6-pin and one 8-pin PCIe connector. It is SLI capable, and as per your outputs, we have one DVI dual link, we have 3 display ports, and 1 HDMI. Now I know you all want to see the 4K gaming benchmarks. We actually ran 3 synthetics and 10 games, all in 4K. So let's go ahead and see how the card did. We'll start with the synthetics. In 3D Mark, the 980 Ti EVGA scored 4209, opposed to the 780 Ti, which only scored 2506. Moving on to Unigine Heaven 27.4 compared to the 980 at 19.2. Unigine Valley, the 980 Ti SuperClocked, got 26.1 frames per second, opposed to the 290X, which got 16.9. In our DirectX 11 benchmarks, Batman Arkham Origins, the 980 Ti SuperClocked got 89 frames a second, compared to the Titan X at 86. Battlefield 4, 48.6 compared to the Titan at 28.7. Assassin's Creed Unity, 40.2 compared to the 780 Ti at 24.3. Metro Last Light, 40.6 compared to the 980 at 30.3. BioShock Infinite, we got 41.3 frames per second compared to the Titan X at 39.4. Grand Theft Auto 5, 45.9 compared to the 290X at 34 frames a second. And for the last 3, Crysis 3, 27.9 compared to the 780 Ti at 19.3 frames a second. Far Cry 4, 44.8 frames per second compared to the 980 at 31.8. And last but not least, Tomb Raider, 47.9 compared to the Titan at 28.1 frames per second. After seeing those benchmarks, I'm sure you know what the EVGA 980 Ti SuperClocked is capable of. I just want to say that all games played very smooth without any shuddering when we had G-Sync on. Without G-Sync on, they did play smooth, and the frame rates did not drop below a playable frame rate, which is also very good for a single card solution. Since this is a single card, you're going to get the full 6 gigabytes out of it. Remember, if you're buying 2 cards, SLI, and they happen to be 4 gigabytes apiece, you're still only going to get 4 gigabytes of memory out of it. You're not going to get the full 6. This card is priced at $669, which I think is a very fair price for the performance, since it will play every 4K game out there at ultra or very high settings, and you will get acceptable frame rates. Now, compared to the predecessor, the 780 Ti, we saw approximately about a 60 to a 65% performance increase on this. For an overclock, we were able to overclock it using Precision X. Now there's a new version with a new GUI. You got to see it. It's really nice. There's a few things that used to be hidden that you weren't able to get to that you could actually get to right from the front of the GUI now, like the on-screen display. You could actually turn it on just by clicking the button and changing your settings. For the overclock, we were able to get it plus 145, which yielded a 1461 megahertz boost clock. We did need to add 12 millivolts in order to get it that high. As per temperatures, temperatures stayed within 70 degrees, so we never had a problem. And remember, these are 0 dB fans, so anything under 60 degrees, so if you're playing some light games, like maybe Chuzzle or something like that, they're not going to kick on, so don't worry about it. The card's not broken. We're going to go ahead and give the EVGA GeForce GTX 980 Ti an Editor's Choice Award. The ACX cooling kept the GPU very cool. It's got a great overclock for it at $669. It's only $20 over the reference board price. So you're getting all this for only a $20 premium. I want to say thank you everyone for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Stay thirsty, my friends. I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.